Hi guys, welcome to the channel once again. Got some huge news this morning, so I'll keep this introduction very short. I just wanted to upload this one quickly this morning before I go to work. Get it processed on YouTube for you guys to have a read, have a look at this. I'll drop the link to it down below in the video description if you want to check it out yourself. But absolutely massive news this morning. So I've had a couple DMs in my Discord this morning saying that EA are obviously listening. They're looking at the forums, they're taking on the feedback, the criticisms, which is awesome news for us guys. Really awesome. It's all been really quiet over there, and I've been a little bit worried that things are just kind of going to get swept under the carpet, so to speak. But it looks like they are listening. It looks like they do want to make a better golf game. So that is so pleasing to hear. Very pleasing to see. I'm made up because I do believe underneath all the issues here, there is a very good golf game. They just have to sort out these things. So I've had a little skim through this. I haven't read too much. I'm going to go through this with you here this morning. So bear with me. We're gonna take a look at this. Yellow's probably not the correct or the right color to wear, is it, with a white background here? So you're probably not going to see me. You might just see my head on this one. But anyway, right, let's have a little look, shall we? So EA Sports PGA Tour players. Last week, we let you know that the team is closely monitoring community feedback, and today we have more detailed look at what we are exploring for EA Sports PGA Tour. Many of the topics in this list are being worked on as a result of direct community feedback, but please know it is not comprehensive of everything planned for future updates. We are continually evaluating community feedback and will implement additional adjustments as needed. So, we're going to start right at the top here. We're going to start right here. Three-click swing. Now, we knew it was coming. We just didn't know when it was coming. They did say it was going to be an early patch. But looking at this here, looks like we know when it's going to be. So a staple on golf games for decades, this popular community request will be making a return in an update later this month. I mean, where are we now? We're kind of the middle of April. We're the 13th of April. So it's going to be soon, right? It's going to be within the next, well, it's definitely going to be probably in the next 1 or 2 weeks. It's got to be, isn't it? If it's later this month, so maybe the final week of the month, I guess. So stay tuned to our channels for updates and previews on this new edition in the coming weeks. Now, 3-click, I've been really enjoying playing again on 2K23. I was brought up playing 3-click in golf games, and it feels really good to me. But obviously, you know, we've all spent, you know, 2 decades using a controller now, but I've enjoyed 3-click being back in as an option, and I think the more you cater for the wider audience, give everybody what they want, the choices between the two, I think it makes a better golf game going forward. Just get as many people playing it and enjoying it as they want to enjoy it. So this is great news for us. This really is. So this one here is a huge one for me. Absolutely massive. Now, if you've been watching my videos and you've been tuning into the stream, thank you all for that. Do appreciate the continuing support. It's been really good. We've had a lot of fun on the streams. But as you well know, I am getting incredibly frustrated with the putting grids and the amount of people that comment into the comments and try to defend how bad this system is. It absolutely baffles me. Like, they'll try to come up with reasonings why a 20-foot putt with every single bead breaking right actually breaks left, and they will come in and they'll say, oh, you put it too fast, or you put it too slow, or your starting line was out. It doesn't matter. If a putt is going right, it's got to go right. It can't go left. You can't work against the contour. So the amount of putts I have in a round, it must be half of the putts I literally have in a round of golf. They do something completely different. It's 50-50 whether or not it's an accurate grid. You've never got any confidence in them, so this is huge to read. So I'm going to read out what they've said here. So we have received comments and posts discussing or showing instances where the putting grid bead lines are running in the opposite direction to the break. This has been observed in testing, and a fix for this issue will be implemented in an upcoming update. Please, guys, make sure you do them all. Make sure you absolutely comprehensively get this sorted. If it needs to take a couple of extra days, just come out with an update that fixes it completely. Don't come out with a half-assed update that only fixes a few of them. The whole system needs to be updated, to be honest with you. So I'm really pleased to see this. I'm really, really pleased that they're taking the criticisms on board. I can't believe they didn't know this in the first place anyway. That would be blatantly obvious in testing. You know, the guys in the studios, once they play around a golf, they must have looked at the putting grids and seen that they are miles out in certain situations. It's really, really funny as well when you play on Arcade and Pro and you see the putt preview going completely the different way to the grids, like completely different behavior. So it's rough on tour when you don't have the putt preview. You know, when you think you've adjusted your line perfectly for the break, and then the putt goes completely the opposite way, and you end up missing the putt by about, I don't know, 10 feet the opposite direction. It's incredibly frustrating. So I'm so pleased that this is being looked at. This is great. Now, another one here, online game formats. We will be providing updates to online game formats in the live service window. We'll share more details about these game formats in the future, but we want to assure you that the team has heard the feedback and is working hard to bring you more online choices. Yeah, now, the online is, yeah, it's not great at the minute. I mean, one, you can't really find anybody when you do a matchmaking thing. When you do head-to-head, you just sit there in that lobby and it never ever finds anybody. But then also the modes in the online, you've got what? You've got the Amen Corner currently and 9-hole tour random. That's it. No alt shot. You know, there's no team stuff going on there. There's no skin. Well, is there skins? Yeah, I think there is skins actually, but they're definitely missing a lot in the online section. So it's going to be good to get more formats in there for us all. But they definitely do need to sort out the online side of things. Camera angles and zoom issues. We've been investigating the various reports of certain camera angles, sometimes obscuring gameplay. Yeah, that happens often. When you go off the beaten track, you can't actually change to a different camera view. Quite a few times I've been kind of high above my character. And if you don't use that camera, which I'm pretty sure not many people would be using that high above camera, it really, really makes it hard to time your swing to where you need to be hitting it forward. So I'm pleased they're looking at those as well. And we're also looking into ways to improve the pre-shot zoom camera with an area of focus being improvements for players who play without the putting grid and need a lower angle. Yeah, 100% agree. So I've done a couple simulation rounds. I do like to play it realistically. And the camera position of the putting currently isn't great. So it does need to go lower so you can really, really get an eye line of the horizon, so you can kind of work out the the green a little bit better, which would go hand in hand as well, wouldn't it, with the green grid? So if you're looking at a green grid and you can see, horizon dipping down that way and the green grid is either going the same way or going the opposite way, you're going to get a bad putt or a good putt, an accurate putt or not so accurate putt. So I think all round it's going to be better to get that lower camera angle for sure. Now moving on to career mode options. In previous versions of pre-release builds, players had an option for one-round tournaments. Yeah, this is one that baffled me, because I'm sure in the earlier trailers we saw videos where people were choosing one-round tournaments. Now, when I've obviously got the game in my hands, and now you guys have got the game in your hands, it seems like you're locked into a 4-round tournament, which is kind of weird. So they must have had some issues there somewhere. But so yeah, let's read on. So in previous versions, one-round tournaments here. Okay. Oh, okay, had to remove, which we later had to remove in order to avoid issues with commentary, quests, statistics, and general bugs that were found in pre-release testing. We had heard your feedback around wanting more options outside of quick play and full rounds during career mode, and are exploring ways to provide you with more choice in this area. So they've explained the reasoning behind it. Obviously, they had a buggy build once they looked into the change in the round duration. So they've quite rightly probably disabled that to hide some of the bugs and issues, but hopefully that does come back soon, because 4 rounds becomes quite a drag. I just don't want to lose out on a lot of the commentary, because I really, really like the dynamic commentary. I think it's really, really good. So moving on here, what have we got? Cup physics. As a result of feedback... Oh, hang on a minute. So this is down to the size of the cup, I would imagine. As a result of feedback received during early access and launch, we fixed an issue where the visual representation of the cup was slightly larger than its actual size in physics. This resulted in instances where it appeared that the ball rolled over the edge of the cup when it should have lipped in. This fix will be implemented in an upcoming update. So you can see this update is going to address a lot of bugbears of mine. I've been saying for ages how wrong the sizing of the hole is in comparison to the ball. It just looks way bigger. Like I've been saying on stream, and I've been saying in videos, it feels sometimes like you're putting a marble into a bucket, and you can literally smash that ball Mach 3 into that hole, and it will literally just drop. There doesn't seem to be no bounce outs, no lip outs, no roll arounds or anything. So this is clearly to do with the size of the hole. Now, does that have a direct impact on the reason why you don't get the hole outs? Because the game sees it as a different size hole? I don't know, but fair play to that. We're definitely addressing that, which is good. Then we can move on to fast play. We are aware of a variety of community feedback around the frequency in which golfer reactions are shown following a shot and various other presentation elements. In response, we will be looking to implement a presentation package called Fast Play, which allows players to enable or disable an alternative presentation package that skips certain cinematics, such as player reactions, for a fast-paced gameplay experience. We aim to have this new presentation option available in an upcoming update. So this is good news as well. It does become quite a slow process, especially if you're playing in a career against the AI. It does seem to take an age to get through that round, maybe 45 minutes at times, which is too long for a single round in a tournament. So yeah, fast play, I'm all up for that as well. Putt meter and button hints. So we recognize players have asked for more options to disable shot aids and visual feedback for more immersive simulation experience. In response to this feedback, we will be adding 2 additional settings to provide further choice in this area: putt meter and button hint settings. The putt meter setting removes the putt meter that's on the ground while putting, and the button hints setting removes the button hints. Do you know what? Yeah, we aim to have this available in the upcoming update as well. So again, I've said this many times. Why can't we have an option to hide the UI? All those buttons down the bottom left need to go, and I just wish there was an option as well in the menu to disable all of the information down the bottom right. It would make taking screenshots a whole lot better. It's a beautiful game, so give us the ability of hiding everything on that UI so we can take some gorgeous screenshots. Show this game off. It is stunning, but it looks terrible with all that UI on. So an option to disable all that, hide all that would be magic. It really would. That'd be awesome. And then we touch on online matchmaking again, which we touched on at the top there, didn't we? But this one seems a little bit different. We are aware of the challenges some players have had finding opponents and getting into fuller sessions when using online matchmaking. We've already made multiple updates to our matchmaking algorithms to improve how we are grouping players together to get fuller matches, and made updates to our matchmaking mode offerings to group players together more effectively. Rest assured that we're exploring all options and are using data to make informed decisions while we continue iterating to get matchmaking into a better state. Now, again, as you well know, if you've watched the streams, trying to find players in that matchmaking system where you look for the 16 players, I've only ever, in about 7 or 8 attempts, ever found one player. I tried to play with a community member last night, and we couldn't join a private game. It starts some sort of remote session, so you can't just invite them from Steam. It kind of wants to launch the EA thing, and then you're kind of then pushed into a remote session where you can see the person that's setting up the game take control of it. It's so weird. So online matchmaking is an absolute mess right now, guys. I'm not a fan of it. Bring back the lobby system is what I say. Back in EA Tiger Woods games, I don't know what, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, around that era, we had the online lobby system where you could see everybody in the lobby, who's hosting a game, who's not hosting a game, who's got the best record, win, loss, draw record there. Everything was there in a lobby. It was so good to see. Such an easy system. I just wish we could get that back. So, yeah, huge changes need to happen with the online matchmaking. It's very poor. And then we move on to the bottom one here. Updates already implemented as a result of community feedback. So we made a oh geez, sort your mouth out. I'm trying to hurry this up because I need to get to work this morning. But we made a variety of changes that made their way into the last pre-launch update, which replaced the Day 0 patch. one of the main changes, I wonder if this is the update that broke the game 2 days ago. One of the main changes that came out as a result of community feedback was the removal of text pop-ups or whole-out VFX over the whole for all games. You now have the option to enable or disable this text. We also added 4 new formats, one of each gameplay style to private match, responding to feedback that players wanted the ability to control the difficulty level for the group when playing in a private match. Okay, and below is a list of hotfixes which have gone live. So we got fixed an issue that was putting players into a repeating loop when trying to claim tournament rewards. Yep, that was a really annoying one, that top one there. I'm glad they posted. Glad they fixed that. I posted a forum one up on that one. A forum post, sorry. Fixed an issue in career mode that was causing some users' game to crash when resuming a round of playoffs. I'd never experienced that one myself, but I did see others experience that one, so that's a good fix. Fixed a compatibility issue related to certain monitors. Oh, hello. So I didn't see this one. I had this issue on day one. Fixed a compatibility issue related to certain monitors and TVs with Dolby Vision HDR that was causing the game to crash. So I had this one on day one when I was absolutely pumped to play this. Started the stream up, went to load the game, sorry, and all I would do was get black screens on the menu. I could hear the music in the background, and then all of a sudden it just put like a bunch of purple, broken, like loss of signal graphics on the screen, and it literally just locked up my whole system. The only way out of it was to power down and power back on again. And I worked out without sort of, hearing anything from EA that it was something to do with Dolby Digital, or whatever, TV, Dolby Vision, HDR, all that sort of stuff. So it worked fine on my second monitor, but it didn't work well on my my OLED, my 4K OLED here. Turned off the Dolby Vision HDR and it worked fine. So I'll have to try that now. I'll have to enable that back on my TV again. So, because obviously we all want to be using that, don't we, in HDR. So I will be testing that later on today. But that's good that they fixed that one. I just wish I saw that earlier. And then lastly, but not least, fixed an issue that would cause a crash if players changed during menu tabs too quickly while tooltips were enabled. Okay, didn't ever experience that one myself. But yeah, good that they're fixing these issues. Good that they are listening. The long and short of this one is they are trying to make a better golf game, which is great for us golf fans, video golf game lovers. So yeah, guys, like I said, I'll drop the link down below. Have a look at this one yourself. Hopefully the patches don't come too late in the month. Hopefully we get them sooner rather than later. But what I don't want them doing is rushing them out and not fixing all the issues properly. So please, guys, test them, get them working, get the patch out, because there is a good golf game under here. It's just a few niggly problems at the minute. But the big one is the putting grids. This is huge. This is the #1 issue for me in the game. This one is game breaking. All the other stuff is not so much. So yeah, get this sorted, guys. I look forward to the patch. Thank you very much for watching this one. Hopefully you've made it to the end. If you did, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and I'll see you all on the fairways probably this evening on stream, and obviously future videos. So keep an eye out on the channel, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.